Here's a segment from a recent Gun Talk radio episode. You can listen to all the Gun Talk radio podcasts however you tune in, or check out guntalk.com for more. One of the names that people have really started to really understand, accept, and recognize in the world of optics and tech stuff when it comes to shooting is ATN. Keep bringing out more and more cool stuff. Everything from thermal to night vision to even hearing protection. Very cool stuff. Joining us to talk about that, kind of give us an update on what ATN's up to, Steve Libanoff. Hey, Steve, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thank you so much for having me on the program, and I want to wish all the mothers and that's listening to the program happy Mother's Day, and wish everybody the best.
Absolutely.
And thank you again for having me on the program.
I know, and I know you probably got some other stuff you want to talk about, but as I was cruising your website, for those who want to follow along, ATN Corp, C-O-R-P, ATNcorp.com, one of the things that I just jumped to was ATN X sound hearing protection. Basically, it's really high-end, without being super expensive, electronic earmuffs. Is that fair?
Yeah. That's fair. And I think, for those new shooters, those women that are getting into purchasing their first firearm, getting the training they need to be proficient in firearm safety and how to handle themselves in emergency situation, getting out there in a range and having a great set of hearing protection is very important. The ones that we released this year have been immensely popular, and they have some great, cool features. Great active hearing protection is fantastic at a range where you can muffle out the sound of loud and dangerous noises, as well as hear actively range commands, which is very important, to clear your firearm, take the magazine out, clear the chamber to make sure everybody's safe at the range at all times.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of electronic earmuffs. And you can really kind of cut right to it. Being able to hear range commands, and also just hearing other people talking, you're more aware of what's going on. And one of the things I've been doing, Steve, is, and I'm a big proponent of this, is taking the really cheap foam earplugs, put those in, and then put electronic muffs like these over the top of that. You get the ATN X sound. You can turn the volume up, and people may not understand it. These actually amplify sound, so you can hear sound very well. They have microphones built in. They have speakers inside the earmuffs. But then as soon as a gun goes off, there's an electronic circuit that cuts out the noise, so you have the passive protection of the muff. And then, of course, you double up, and you got the plug in there. You're really protecting your hearing. But with the being able to amplify sound, even with earplugs in, you can hear just fine.
Absolutely. And one of the cool features with ours is Bluetooth compatible, and you could actually connect them to like a smartphone or a media player that you could listen to music. And you could adjust the volume on, the hearing side or the media side, and even take phone calls and answer your call or take a call without having to remove them and to use your media or use a phone. So it has a lot of cool features that a lot of the other electronic earmuffs in the industry do not have, basically.
Okay, and those are available on the website, the ATNcorp.com. Also, I guess we'd have to at least touch on the fact that you have a retail outlet in Texas.
Yeah, actually, that's very exciting for us. So we have a retail store in Grapevine Mills, outside of Dallas. And we're actually working on several other stores in the Texas area as well. We're going to have another one in Austin about midsummer, and another one in Houston probably later on in the fall.
Oh, neat. Now, and also, I guess we ought to touch on, you're part of the great exodus out of California.
Yes. California is one of those interesting states where our industry is not really too much welcome here. So we actually moved our headquarters to Florida, to Doral, Florida. We moved our entire production facility. We have a fantastic new state-of-the-art production facility and warehouse where we assemble and make a lot of cool, interesting products, including thermal products like our Thor 4, which we received the NRA Golden Bullseye Award for 2022 this year. And, we're bringing out great products to market from that facility now.
I would guess, and you would have a much better handle on this than I would, But I would guess people kind of understand night vision and what it does, amplifies light. You can see, in the dark, basically. But I think there probably is still a lot of either misinformation or simply a lack of information or understanding on what thermal does. Is that right?
Yes, some people interchange the verbiage, infrared, when they talk about thermal, which infrared typically refers to night vision. But infrared is a great technology that's been around for a while, but in recent years has become more affordable because of economies of scale and mass production of thermal sensors. And so ATN, along with other companies out there, there's a slew of options out there. We make some of the really cool feature-rich products out there with really long battery life. And what thermal is great is it is fantastic when there's adverse conditions like fog, haze, smoke. Thermal can penetrate through those type of environmental elements, and you could still be able to see the target.
Didn't think of that. And another thing is that you have the thermal monocular. I mean, you got thermal scopes like to put on a rifle, but you have just monoculars where you can see at night, and you can look out and see, is there a critter out there? Is there a person out there? But
Absolutely.
The other part that people don't think about is that thermal works fine in the daytime. And if you were to say...
That's one of the biggest misconceptions, that thermal only works at night, and that's just not true. Thermal is a technology that works both day and night, and you can take advantage of thermal 24/7. You could see things through light foliage, sometimes different types of grass. If it's very thick, you could see animals or people lurking, or hiding or something. Thermal is great for just the everyday things like camping or hiking or boating, where you want to, survey the land, see what's going on. You don't want to run into a mountain lion or a bear if you're hiking or camping. So one of those things, camping season, hiking season is right around the corner.
What about, could you use it to find a deer that you shot and it's out there laying down in the woods?
Oh, yeah. We have many customers that, express various stories to us. They're hunting deer. It's dusk, almost twilight. They take it during illegal hunting hours, but, the deer runs off a couple hundred yards, and it's hard to track it because it's becoming dark, So we've had several instances of customers telling us, they took out a thermal monocular from ATN, and they were able to track the blood and find the deer, recover it a lot faster than they would usually do, and not have various predators take advantage of that kill and decimate the meat.
That is terrific. What a great use. Now, I've been throwing questions at you. What would you want to tell people? What have you guys been up to? What's new?
Well, our Odin thermal mini monocular was released this year. It's a great new device for us. We have the new Otis XLT, which is one of the more affordable, feature-rich thermal binoculars that ATN has released. We're really working very hard on expansion, getting all these retail stores deployed across the country. And we're concentrating on releasing some really cool new products close to Q3 of this year, late summer, early fall. And there's going to be some very exciting things coming out from ATN.
Are you going to be at the NRA show?
Unfortunately, I'm going to miss the NRA show. We are there. We're actually going to be receiving the Golden Bullseye Award there.
Cool.
Our CEO, James Munn, is going to be there. And actually, we're going to be receiving another award. One of the oldest trade industry magazines has awarded us Night Vision Thermal Gold Award. The Shooting Sports Retailer is giving us a gold award also for the category there. So we're very excited. We've been getting a lot of awards in the last year, a lot of accolades about the technologies and the products that we produce and bring to market.
One of the things I like about your website is you actually list what the price is. It's like people are wondering, okay, a thermal monocular, but it looks like it's like $600 to $1,500, just depending on which model and which features you want on it. So just to give people an idea of what we're talking about there.
Right. Yeah. No, we have a lot of different variety of products. If somebody just wants to get their feet wet, we have entry-level models, starting from about $600, and we have advanced models that go up to about $5,000-$6,000. So we have everything in between, and just a whole variety and slew of things we offer the consumer. Very
cool stuff. Steve, thanks for letting us know what's going on and bringing us up to speed with ATN.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate you.
All right, we'll talk to you later. ATNcorp.com if you want to take a look at that. Yeah, if you've never used thermal, it's like cool. I like to play with it. I mean, even in the house, like, okay, I'm going to go over and put my hand on the wall and just leave it there for 10 seconds. Then you take your hand off the wall, and you can see your handprint on the wall glowing red. You're going, okay, that's cool. Then you step outside, you go, oh, man, I see stuff out there I never would have. Is that a dog? Is that a raccoon? I don't know. But you can sure see stuff with it. It's pretty neat technology.